Welcome to Popcorn and Champagne, where your favorite flicks meet your favorite critics.
We're serving bold takes, real laughs, and the kind of commentary that pairs perfectly with popcorn and a glass of champagne.
I'm Toni.
I'm Tiff.
And this is Popcorn and Champagne. Each episode, we're breaking down what's streaming, what's trending, and what's totally binge-worthy.
From reality TV mess to Oscar-worthy moments. We've got the receipts, the reactions, and the real talk.
So grab your popcorn, pour your bubbly, and get ready because it's time to sip, stream, and spill.
Let's get into it.
Hey, Tiff.
Hey, Toni.
We are back, girl.
We're back, girl.
Good to see you.
Yes, it's been a long time.
It has been. We've been on hiatus for a while. We were able to reset, recharge, relax,
Release. Yes. And so you've had some new news.
I have. Excited. My son Chance, who was a transfer at wide receiver at Virginia Tech, is now at Vanderbilt.
Ooh,
I know.
Ivy League,
I'm
baby.
so glad to have him home.
Yes.
Yeah, he needed to be home. I'm glad for him to be
and
home.
it's Vanderbilt.
And it's Vanderbilt. Come on now. I know.
My man.
I know, girl.
So we can all go see the games.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. What's up with you? What you been doing?
Girl, I'm boring, child. I've just been working and that's it. Like
if you had to have something else
I don't
going
have
on,
anything really else going on. Enjoying my niece and my nephews.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Yeah, just doing what I do.
Yeah. Well, it's good to be back.
Yes.
And we want to definitely thank Don Harding of Don Harding Group for allowing us to film here today.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome of him to do that. And one of the things we're going to be doing this season is going to different locations.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So if there's a location that you want us to check out, please make sure that you get in touch with me and Tiffany or our producer Aaron to let us know.
Yeah, we're trying to switch it up just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Keep
But we
it
are so
interesting.
excited. This is season 7.
I know.
Can you believe this?
Guys, it's been 3 years.
It's been 3. Has it been 3?
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's been 3 years.
Love it. So we've changed things a little bit with the show, and instead of infotainment, we've got something now called
What's Poppin'?
And What's Popping is a segment that's just like infotainment, but we're talking about culture, entertainment, what's happening right now in the news cycle, and all of that. So we're just really trying to be intentional.
That's right.
About changing the show up a bit. So now it's time for What's Popping.
Baby, it's been a lot popping, okay?
Goodness,
so let's first just get on it about Shaduer Sanders.
Yes.
The draft, the NFL draft was last week.
It was.
And it was a lot of buzz around it.
It was.
Tennessee Titans picked the number 1 quarterback.
Thank you, Jesus.
Cam Ward.
I'm so excited.
So we are so elated. I think they made the right decision.
I do too. And Cam Ward, and I know we'll talk about Shaduer, but Cam Ward was, I've seen him play. He is phenomenal. And I will tell you, I'm so happy that the franchise chose him.
I am too.
We need it.
Yeah.
We've really not had that outstanding quarterback, honestly, since Steve McNair. I mean, we've had some that have been really decent, but not with that star power that Steve McNair has. So I'm really excited to see this kid.
And I just love his story, who he's about. He comes from a good, strong family. And he's confident at that. And I think he's going to change the game.
I will tell you, I'm the gaudiest person ever. I put on every single bracelet, every earring, the biggest earrings. I could put on the reddest lip. And my mom used to always tell me, take 5 things off because I would have too much on. But what I did like about Cam is he was very subtle. And what he had on, he wasn't flashy at all. I mean, would I want a little bit more? But I like what he gave.
I did too.
He had a Florida pin on, his Miami Hurricanes, pin on.
Tan suit, T-shirt underneath.
He's so humble.
I know.
And I read something too. The Titans gave him the playbook. In the playbook, he read it from beginning to the end. And when he got to the end, there was a $100 bill stuck to the back of it. And they said most players don't ever get to that. So that means that guy sat down, he read that playbook, and he grabbed that $100 bill. Because most people don't always go all the way to the end. Yeah. He's ready to work.
Oh, he is.
And Miss Amy is excited about him.
And that paycheck is nice.
Oh, my God. $48.8 million over 4 years for the $30.5 or $32.5 million sign-on bonus.
Yeah, no,
he's paid.
He's
paid.
He's
good for him. Couldn't have happened to a better person.
Absolutely.
Good for him. Shaduer Sanders, what's your take on
It's
that?
just so many levels to it. Like you and I talked about this. You know, I think he is an amazing quarterback.
100.
He's great at what he does. Well, not unfortunately, but he has a father that is very outspoken. I feel like my feelings are that the NFL wants nothing to do with him, right? They don't want his dad dominating anything, you know, and I think that kind of hurt Shaduer. Shaduer also did an interview during Pro Day that made him...
Change the culture.
Yeah.
You want to change the culture. Yeah.
Made him appear cocky.
Right.
Elitist.
Right.
You know, all these things.
Right.
Was he first round pick? I don't know, but second for sure. I think the prank call. I mean, let's talk about it.
It's disgusting. I think it was so cruel. Well, what I'll say about Shaduer is I am a Dion Sanders fan. I'm a Shaduer
absolutely.
fan. I love everything about, you know, my favorite person as athlete is Muhammad Ali.
That's right.
I love Muhammad. I love the
He was the
arrogance
biggest-
and cocky, but he could back it up.
Baby.
What I will say, for me, what bothers me about this is I get Dion's way, I get Shaduer's way, but what troubles me sometimes in our society, and I've seen this in college football too, is a lot of times people want that kid from humble beginnings and excited about the opportunity. They necessarily don't like sometimes the kid that comes from means to be successful as well. They want you to humble yourself down and show humility and thank you, Jesus, for allowing me to be here. He can still be like that, but come from means. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, because I've experienced this myself, you know, and I've told you about that, you know. They love these kids that come from broken households or whatever, and they want those kids. They don't ever, they don't ever want those kids that actually come from a decent, whether it's a two-parent household, you know, or maybe not so much in Shaduer's case, but...
And sometimes the drive and the hunger is different, too.
Exactly, but just because you come from a household where you have means does not mean you don't want it as much. But I think that's where our society sometimes feel like that's the case. So... although I do hate Shaduer said some of the things he said about you better be ready to change the culture, I still don't think he deserved to be picked in the 5th round,
No, he did not deserve
144th
that.
pick.
Absolutely not.
I don't agree with that.
But there is a game you have to play.
Yeah.
With anything.
Yeah.
Just like the Oscars. Let's take, for instance, Monique.
Yeah.
Who did not do the interviews, did not make the appearances.
Yeah.
You know, she still got the Oscar.
I agree with you on that. There is a game you have to play, even though you probably think you shouldn't. Shaduer, come on, he should have gone pro day. He should have done this. There's certain things that you should do. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, and he's not the only quarterback that didn't participate in Combine. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's settled. He's going to Cleveland, right?
Yeah. And I think that Cleveland may have been one of the teams that Dion didn't necessarily want him to go to.
Let me tell you something. If you don't get your butt on that plane and go and do what you need to do, I'm tired of it, okay?
I can't respect, though, Dion saying he knows the game. You know, I can respect that. But can you imagine how Dion felt Friday morning?
Yeah.
Friday night,
I get it.
Saturday morning. Like, could you imagine Dion was probably feeling like, I have screwed this up. What was it about me, or what did I do that he won't.
He'll never
But I'm just
admit
saying, can you imagine how he felt as a parent?
No, that's messed
As a
up.
parent, think about this. Did Dion think that there could be a chance that this could happen? Because they didn't go to the draft. They set it up at the house.
Well, that
was
always the
draft
plan.
house.
At first, he was going to do it from Colorado.
Okay.
The University of Colorado.
Okay.
And I feel like they thought he was going to go.
Okay.
Because remember when the camera shot to the couch and they had the background and all that, but they weren't sitting there.
Okay.
They weren't going to sit there until they knew something solid.
Okay.
I feel like he thought it wasn't going to be the 5th round.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be that for sure.
So, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you something else too. Cruel joke on him with the prank call.
I thought he should have had his son up there when he made the apology.
I did too.
Let me tell you something.
I did too.
That little boy needs to work off what his daddy had to pay.
Yeah.
You know, I just think it was awful.
It's awful. There was another NFL player that happened to him
Yeah.
too. I mean, that's cruel. That's
It
just
is cruel.
cruel.
Yeah,
Seriously.
it is.
I'm with you. He should have been up there with his dad, but his
Yeah.
dad had to pay the Atlanta Hawks Atlanta Falcons had to pay $250,000 fine, and then personally, the defensive coordinator had to pay $100,000.
That's right. That's
So
right.
it's sad. That's awful. So I bet you Shannon Sharpe was really glad this drama was going on in the news cycle for Shaduer because
Yeah.
it got the heat off of him for a bit.
Yeah.
What's going on with Shannon Sharpe? What's going on with him?
You tripping, man? Listen, you know, I have seen a lot of people's commentary on this, and you know, Shannon has not ever wavered on who he was. You know what I'm saying? He's outspoken. He's always talked about having young, you know, girls.
He says that he wants someone to match his wage, not his age. And he did say that. That was
what
quoted.
20-year-old?
I don't know, Tiffany. I'm just saying what he said. He wants someone to match his wage. You know, you don't talk good. So, I mean, there's that part, but
He's all aggressive. But,
yeah, he doesn't talk good.
I mean, listen, he wants a plaything. He wants a toy thing. He wants somebody to follow his directions, want to choke him out, do all these things. That's your prerogative.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But you just got to pick the right one.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If you're going to do these things,
agree
and
with that.
this is what you desire.
You know, and I was talking to one of my friends, and they were thinking that there's got to be some man behind this
Ain't nobody
girl
behind this.
that is pushing her to extort money from him. Because it's like a $50 million lawsuit
She gonna
now.
get some money.
She can get some money. But have you read the text messages?
Yes.
I was clenching my pearls.
Yes.
I was like,
Oh, he
oh my gosh.
He a nasty.
Yeah, he is. He really is.
I think it'll pass for him. He'll pay.
But ESPN
He stepped down from ESPN.
Did he step down, or did the honchos ask him to step down?
I don't know.
Now, I do know-
He said he was taking a break.
Stephen A. is supporting him. He is supporting him.
Because I'm telling you, he's no different from any of these other dudes. I'm just saying.
Okay.
He's just gotten exposed.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, I think
Michael
eventually he'll
Irvin
be
was fine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
but
just,
this attorney Tony Busby is the one that a lot of people are thinking that he's trying to extort money from famous black men. Of course, he's got Diddy, but he got receipts with Diddy.
Yeah.
And then the thing with Jay-Z, that was canceled. That was dismissed, I think.
Yes.
And then now with Shannon Sharpe. So we'll see what happens.
yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Honey, put your playthings in private.
Oh my
child.
gosh, I know, my goodness.
Monique tried to tell you though.
gracious. She really did.
She told him.
So now it's time to pop the cork on what's streaming, what's trending, and what is totally toast worthy.
Champagne Reels.
Champagne Reels. Let's get into it.
Listen.
Sinners.
Fire.
Michael B. Jordan. This was fire.
Yes, directed by Ryan Coogler.
Oh my gosh.
He outdid himself on this.
Yeah, yeah. This one was, as I told you, I text you and I left, it's very cerebral. You got to pay attention. It's a psychological thriller,
Yes.
right? Kudos to Michael B. Jordan for playing two
Twins.
He played twins.
Smoke and stack, baby.
Oh, my gosh.
And when I tell you, I can have one on this side and one on that
Okay,
side.
let me tell you something. To me, it forced you to think about stuff.
Yeah.
So it's so much in this film. It's so much to unload.
It is.
Remick. Okay, the vampire. I
That's
know
right.
we may be getting ahead of ourselves.
Who was Irish.
Who was Irish. But you know what Remick was? When he came on the scene, and this is a major spoiler alert because it's what we do, right? When he came on the scene, he fell from the sky.
He did.
And you really don't know that he falls from the sky. You know what I'm saying?
fallen angel.
There's the falling angel. There's so many things that to unpack in
Yeah.
this movie
Yeah.
that is like so real life. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a vampire girl, right?
Yeah.
I love all things vampires.
Yeah.
So the whole meaning behind invite me in, I immediately got that, right?
You knew that
Yes.
that was going to be something.
Because that's the
Yeah.
only way a vampire can come into any building.
Yeah.
Right? Because you have to, because I was a True Blood fan, and that was a big thing.
Okay.
Invite me in. But to your point, if Michael B. Jordan does not get an Oscar for this,
Yeah.
because to play twins, and to also differentiate between the two, right? Because one was kind of not evil.
Not evil, but I know what you're saying. One was more, he would go bad.
Yes.
He could go left.
Yes.
He could go left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he did that with perfection.
Yeah.
The costumes, which
Yeah.
was done by Ruth Carter, who did, she's won Oscars for her stuff. She did Black Panther. Beautifully done. You know,
Someone was saying too, like if you look at the hats that they had on, so Stack had the red hat on, and then Smoke had the blue hat, and Smoke was more of the one that was trying to be on the side of right.
Yeah.
And then Stack was more on the side of being on wrong, and how those, you could tell the differences of those twins, and
absolutely.
you know what I mean?
Through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Through the whole thing. But the blues, let's
Yeah.
talk about that
Yeah.
and how that was represented.
Yeah.
Like,
Different genres of music. What I got from that is that you're sitting in a movie and everything is centered around 1932, but Sammy's playing this music and it causes all these different genres
That's
of
right.
music to come together. And at the end of the day, every genre has sinners.
yes.
Every genre
That's right.
has sinners in it, whether it's hip hop, whether it's country, whether it's blues, whether it's rap. Every
Asian,
genre.
Latino,
Exactly.
Indian.
Yeah.
Like, it was just how they represented that.
Yeah.
And also the blues and the church
Yeah.
were the foundation
Yeah.
of our culture, you know, back in the day, and how they represented that.
Yeah.
You know, the preacher, you know,
Yeah.
when he was just saying, you need to leave that stuff alone.
It's devil's music.
That's
man.
devil's music.
Devil's music.
And so,
You'll be on the side of the
what
devil.
did it do? It brought in
Yeah.
the devil.
What I thought was also funny too was the Chinese people that spoke like us.
Yeah.
You had the mom working in the store for white people, and then you had the daughter and the dad working in the store for black people. It's crazy.
And they owned it.
yeah.
You know?
What was Del Rey's position, his character?
Yeah,
What was
so
his
he
name?
was a blues singer.
What,
the blues singer
What
around
struck
town.
me was how, of course, we know slavery had ended, but the best way to continue slavery is to imprison
That's right.
black people,
That's
right?
right.
I was moved when he was saying what he was saying to them when he saw those prisoners, the chain gang doing that. I was so moved by
He
that.
told the story.
And how he
of-
had to continue to sing to get through that.
That's right. And
crazy.
how what soothed him in telling him that story was how he kept patting his knee.
Mm-hmm.
So that scene was not supposed to happen
Mm.
when he got on his guitar and started singing that song. What's his name? The little boy. He was a
Sammy?
Sammy. When he did that, that was totally spontaneous.
I love that.
And they kept that scene in there.
It was so much to unpack that
Yeah.
you really honestly can't talk about everything that happened.
Yeah.
Because it was so much that happened.
Let's also talk about the brotherhood aspect of it all, right?
Yeah.
So in the end, when Stack, you know, got turned into the vampire, and we didn't know until the end of the movie that Smoke made him promise not to kill Sammy, to let him live throughout his years.
Yeah.
And he didn't break that pact. I love that part
I do
about it.
too. I do
And when
too.
they came back at the end, him and Mary, and sat down and had a conversation.
With Sammy. They wanted Sammy. Sammy was like, you know, he was saying that, I guess they wanted him to
Play a song.
Yeah. But I guess when we talk about the brotherhood of it, I guess what I take from that too is that no matter how far gone you are, how far gone Stack was from Smoke, he still respected their twinship.
That's right.
Their brotherhood. He still respected that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the musician in the end was played by Buddy Guy,
Yeah.
which I thought was awesome that he made that cameo.
Yeah.
But guys, I can't say enough about it. It's just,
It's
it's so powerful.
It is an amazing movie.
Yeah.
It is amazing. I mean, from start to finish. Now, a few people have said they saw it and they thought it was slow, a little slow in the beginning, but stick with it.
Stick with it,
Stick
baby.
with it.
Also, how in the end, you got to be careful because when the credits roll, it's not over.
Yeah, you got to stay.
You gotta
Yeah,
stay.
You got to actually stay.
Because Smoke took care of that Klansman.
Yeah, yes, definitely.
Which he made that promise to him.
Yeah.
I loved
So
it.
this was a champagne moment?
Absolutely.
Absolute champagne moment.
Absolutely.
Loved every bit of it.
Yes.
Yep. So next we have Your Friends and Neighbors, which is on Apple TV Plus with my man, Jon Hamm.
Oh my God.
This was so good.
It's so good.
Tell about it. Tell us about it.
It's
Tell us about it. Tell us about it.
What I really like about this is that it's about real life.
It
right?
is. Mm-hmm.
But Jon Hamm stars as Andrew Cooper. And he's a hedge fund manager that has lost his job.
Yeah.
Right? And so he has bills he's living the life, but he's also in debt.
Right.
And so Amanda Peet plays his wife.
Yeah.
And he comes home one day after working, a full day's work and finds his wife in the bed
With an NBA player, right?
who's
Or
his best
former.
friend.
Yeah.
And they're having an affair.
Yeah.
And it ends their marriage.
Yeah.
But then later on, he loses his job.
Well, before he lost his job, let's talk about how he met this girl in a bar. And the girl in the bar, it's not that she set him up, but, she was like 28 years old. He's this grown man. And they ended up having a one-night stand or whatever.
That's right.
Unbeknownst to him, that girl worked in the same firm that he was in.
Yeah.
And
But not in his department.
But not in his department. And I guess the guy that's over him, maybe the vice president of the company or president of the company, I don't know, wanted to go out for pickleball. They go out for pickleball, and then let's go get into the hot tub. And he fires him there. And he does it, disguises it as he is, that she ratted on him.
Yeah. So he was living the life, perfect life, big home, nice car, and it all just goes to pieces, right? And so then the drama hits from there. Because what he starts to do and what he discovers is, all my friends are rich and well off. So what does he do, Toni?
He starts to burglarize his friends' houses. But what was the craziest part is that he was actually going to burglarize the guy that stole his wife, that he had an affair with, is an NBA player. He was going to his house to steal a ring or something to that nature.
Who he walked in on them having sex, by the way.
Yes. And the housekeeper caught him. And instead of the housekeeper ratting him out, the housekeeper said, no, let's do business together.
I want in.
There's a whole community of housekeepers that have all the secrets of the rich and the famous.
Oh my God. It's my favorite part of the whole show.
It is.
Because the housekeepers are talking amongst themselves, saying they hear all the drama in the houses, what these people have, like everything. So and so they join forces because she has a cousin who deals in alarm systems in the community. So he's giving them the codes.
But it got a little hairy, though, last couple of episodes, because he was going to steal a Hermes bag, and the alarm went off when he was getting the Hermes bag, and there wasn't a code for that.
That's right.
So I tell you this one's a really good one, don't you think? I think it actually forces you to think about how you confront your own moral compass.
Oh, I love that, Toni.
I
You know
do.
what else I love about it?
Yeah.
When he takes the valuable things, he does a breakdown for you of the design, the year, how much it's
Love
appraised
that.
for.
But who gets the kudos is Lou.
oh my God.
Lou, okay, so he goes to this pawn shop to try to pawn off this watch, right? And the guy was only going to shortchange him. The guy told me to go see Lou in the Bronx.
Yes,
Or is it Brooklyn? or
because if
something
you
like
don't
that.
have papers to these expensive watches,
Yeah.
they can't do anything for you.
Yeah. And Lou was able to give him the money, but Lou did her homework. She's one of those chicks you don't want to mess
Baby,
with. I'm telling you.
You don't want to mess with Lou.
Yes, for sure.
But Lou, I love her. I love her vibe.
Yep.
And the sister that he has
Oh,
living
yeah,
with
she's
him.
got, what
Is it like schizophrenia
Yeah,
or something
yeah,
like that?
that's
And
what
she
she has.
had a mental breakdown some years ago. She was going to be the one that had the life. And right before she was about to get married, she had a breakdown.
Yeah.
So it's so many levels to this. I cannot wait
I can't either.
to see how far he takes this.
Yeah. Because
But
he's stealing from his friends. He's stealing from his own community. I love it. I can't wait.
it's so good.
It's a champagne moment.
Absolutely.
I love it. Love it. Now it's time for
What You Watching?
Okay. Handmaid's Tale final season 6.
I have chills.
So, did you think it started out slow?
No.
No, it started out slow for me. And as you have, since we've been doing this podcast, and as you have instilled in me and taught me about certain shows, because if I don't get it, I'm like, I don't commit to it. In the beginning, I feel like it was in the developmental stages. We're here now.
We're here now.
We're here now.
So it started with them on the train,
Yeah.
where it ended.
The whole episode.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I thought that was a valuable piece because he had to let it play out. Once again, June saved Serena's life.
As always.
Because the people on the train start to realize who Serena is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they say, well, you did this to my sister.
Yep.
And I
mean,
was
Serena
tortured.
was a horrible person.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just a horrible person. And any way you try to change that, I don't see how. I mean, I know she's trying to get redemption and whatnot, but she's just a disgusting person.
I know.
She really
But
was.
She's trying.
And she's
girl.
trying.
In
She's
this
honestly
last
trying.
episode, she said to June, what is it going to take?
Yeah.
And I answered it for her.
Yeah.
Give me my daughter back.
That's it.
Give me Hannah.
it. That's
and
it.
we will be a clean slate.
So, okay, Aunt Lydia.
Janine, my dear.
Oh, you sound just like her.
I brought you cookies.
Oatmeal raisin. So, Aunt Lydia, I hate to say this, I do feel bad for her a little bit because it was something about Janine that she really liked. I think she likened Janine like a daughter, and she knows that what she did to Janine, or what she allowed to happen to Janine, or what all happened to Janine
That's
when
right.
Handmaid's Tale.
A lot
I think
happened
she
to Janine.
Yeah, I think she feels bad. I mean, she's the reason why she doesn't have an eye.
That's right.
But I do kind of feel bad for Aunt Lydia a little bit.
So yeah, let's unload here. Aunt Lydia drunk the Kool-Aid of Gilead.
She did.
All of it.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
And so when
And still drinking it.
Well, when she got that beat down from that other handmaid,
Forgot about that.
it humbled her a little bit. I mean, she's now shaking because of the trauma of that, where that woman hit her, almost killed her.
Yeah.
She almost didn't survive.
Yeah.
But then she wakes up and she realizes, wait a minute, the handmaids who have children are supposed to be rewarded.
Right.
She's finding out that that's not true. And they're getting sent to Jezebel's,
Yeah.
which Jezebel's is a whorehouse. And she's thinking, this is not supposed to be of Joseph. You're supposed to be rewarded for what you did.
Yeah.
And I think it's messing with Aunt Lydia a
Yeah.
little bit.
I think you're right. Aunt Lydia allowed a lot of things to happen to those handmaids, and in particularly Janine. But I kind of feel sorry for her a little bit.
Well, they're all about to get a rude awakening because what we found out was that this new Gilead, the new
Yeah.
and
the one that
improved,
Serena's at now,
Yeah.
and then she's got a new fiance.
who I think is it's a bad mistake.
I do too.
Like
I do
June
too.
told her, I'm shocked.
Yeah.
That you're going back.
Yeah.
You're reverting back to what you just came from. I don't trust that man.
I don't either.
Commander Lewis, my guy,
Oh gosh, yes.
got an earful in Jezebel's that the new Gilead is only temporary. And they're going to put his butt on the wall.
He told his wife so much of that. He said just be patient.
Oh,
we
and
don't
she
have to
get on
worry
my
about that. She gets
nerves.
on my nerves too. But what I'm so disappointed in, I'm disappointed in Nick.
I know.
Disappointed in Nick.
But Tony, he
Disappointed in
he
Nick.
didn't have a choice.
Disappointed.
He had to tell it.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, if you see the last episode 6, watch June's face.
Girl, it's everything.
Everything. You gotta watch it. I'm telling you that the look on her face of defeat,
Girl.
betrayal. It's the extreme betrayal.
Yeah. Because now she's got to go back to Mayday.
Yeah.
And Maura
Yeah.
and Luke,
Yep.
they're going to be, oh, girl, she's got to answer these
Yep.
people.
Yep.
So, yes, development phase for sure.
No. We're here now.
Because it
No,
builds
we're here
it
now.
all up.
Yeah.
It's building it all up.
We're here
It
now.
is one of the most phenomenal shows.
I agree. 100%. This is a champion. Hopefully they're going out with a bang. This is on Hulu.
Yes.
Next up is, oh my goodness, Mob Land. It is on Paramount Plus, and I am so glad this came on because after our 1923 series finale, this did fill the void.
Oh
for me.
man, listen,
This
this
filled the
crime
void for me.
drama that has Helen Mirren,
Anything Helen Mariner is in, I'm gonna watch, and it's gonna be good.
Pierce Bronson,
Period.
Tom Hardy,
Period.
let me tell y'all, it is loaded.
It's loaded.
With brilliant talent.
And I've had a few people tell me that the first couple episodes are slow. I'm like, it's a developmental stage, right? You got me on that one. You taught me that. It's a developmental stage. I didn't think it was. I thought every single episode so far has been amazing.
I agree.
It has really been good. It follows a crime family. It's a mob family that's in England. And one of the entitled kids, a rich kid of the Harrigan family, goes to a bar. He goes to a club, and he has all his friends with him. And he gets there, he stabs someone. Yeah. That's what starts this whole rivalry with the Anderson family, I think, and the Harrigan family. Everything that's unexpected happens.
Yeah.
I mean, things that you just are not ready
and so
to see.
the rival crime family's son gets murdered.
He was there with the Harrigan kid that was at the club.
Yeah. So he ordered
comes up
his
missing.
death. And so, but Helen is playing these people like chess pieces.
Yeah.
And she, to me, is the key to the whole plot.
Listen, I can't even get her name out. Helen Mariner.
Marin.
She's the bomb.
Yeah.
She is one not to cross.
That's right.
She is totally about family. She tells the kid, you are Harrigan. This is what you're supposed to do. And she is that grandmama that's going to give your kid cocaine.
That's right. That's
to
right.
give your kid cocaine.
But what about, girl, they had to roofie her at the wake so she wouldn't do anything crazy.
Right.
But
it didn't
she
work.
Ended up
It didn't work. It didn't work.
So that's something you definitely have to tune in. It won't disappoint.
Oof,
and that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. This is a lot.
It was a lot.
But there's so much that we hadn't even talked about. There's so many other shows we hadn't talked about. So hopefully we'll be able to get into it next time.
That's right.
Yeah.
So tune in next week, guys. We got more for you.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
And that's a wrap for this week's episode of Popcorn and Champagne.
Where the popcorn is hot, the champagne reels are hotter, and we never miss a good binge.
Don't forget to like and follow us on all our socials at popcorn_champagne on Instagram and Facebook, and also on YouTube, Popcorn and Champagne.
And if you love what you heard or even liked it a little, leave us a review and tell a friend. Sharing is caring, and we love hearing from our fellow streamers.
Until next time, we want to know what you're watching.